There are several women out there who desire marriage, but for very genuine reasons, they have not been able to get that man. And so some are beginning to settle for whatever is available. Some are even looking for whatever, but they can't find it. And this video is to help that person, to see some of the things that could possibly be standing in the way of that dream, that desire of theirs, and what they can do about it. Hello and welcome to Tips and Secrets with me, Pauline. In this edition, I'm talking about that woman who is single and searching but has not been able to get the one. Like, what in the world is happening? You're praying about it, you're fasting about it. Let me help you. I'm going to give you possible reasons and I'm going to tell you how to go about it. Just keep listening, you will see what you need to do. If you know anybody who is having that kind of challenge, you also want to share this video with them. They are single. You must have some single people in your life who are searching, because every circle has at least one or two. So make sure you share this video. You never know whose life you could bless. That said, let's get to the bottom of the matter. So what are some of these things that stand in the way? I'm going to name 5 of them. 1, being overly picky. There's nothing wrong with being picky, but when you're overly picky, the common error you're possibly making is that you're looking for your match. You're looking for someone like you. So point number 2 is you're probably over at the high end of your ladder. You've achieved a lot, which is a beautiful thing. But people around you are feeling intimidated, like the men are feeling intimidated by your status. Point number 3 is you're feeling you are in a relationship, you're stuck. You're desiring something else, someone else, but you feel stuck with someone else. For example, you're desiring a James, but you're stuck with John, and you just don't know what to do. And because of that situation, your life is delayed. You're not able to move forward. You're on the same spot. Another situation, or point number 4, is you are probably not available in those areas where you need to be seen by the people that you want. Point number 5 is you don't know who you really want. Yeah, you don't know who you want. You want to get married, but you're not sure of who you want. So these 5 points, if you can relate to any of these, let me show you how to fix it. Point number 1, the person who is picky. There's nothing wrong in being picky because you don't want to go below your standard, right? But here's the thing. When you're looking for something in people or in a spouse, normally it's going to be things that you need that you do not have. But you see, most of the time when we're picky, we're looking for the match, someone who is like us. And it is very hard to find that person who is like you and needs what you have. You understand? I'll draw from a great philosopher, Abraham Maslow, who talked about the hierarchy of needs and talked about the human motivation, and the fact that our motivation to do things, to make certain decisions, depend on our unmet needs. So ask yourself this question: me trying to or desiring A, B, or C, what do they have that I need? What is that unmet need? Do I even know my unmet need? Because if you don't even know that unmet need, you're probably looking for people who have just what you have. You have to understand these things so that you are able to redress your priority list, the check boxes, the things you're looking for. What you need is what you should be looking for, not what you already have. Because most times we're looking for who is like us. But who is like us may not have what we need. And just like we may not have what they need. So even when we come together and we're mingling, that marriage topic is not coming forth because we are just enjoying this moment. But what I really need is not here. So while I'm here, I'm still searching. So let's go to point number two, which is that person who has achieved everything. You've achieved your life, everything is in order. What do you do? It's not your fault that you have achieved and people are beginning to feel intimidated. But so what can you do? Here is the thing I will advise you to do. I take from the book of Ruth. Read from the third chapter. You will see how she goes about her life. She knows what she wants and she goes for what she wants. The error we make is that we think that we have to always be on the receiving side and wait for the man to walk up to us. Once you've reached a certain level in life of achievement, it is hard for someone to just walk up to you. Why? The airs around you is already intimidating. And if you have to be waiting for the man to walk up to you, like the waiting time may just be a little too long, unnecessarily long for nothing. You get it? And then sometimes the man is not walking up to you not because they are intimidated, but because they are thinking that someone is already there who is supposed to do that, or someone is there who is already doing something, yet you are lonely. So you have to be able to understand certain things and re-strategize your approaches. People, I understand that people would say, or there's a myth out there that everybody, when a woman walks up to the man, she portrays herself as cheap and desperate. Listen, I'll take you back again to the book of Ruth. If you follow how Ruth did it, you will never be seen as cheap and desperate. This woman talk a man into marrying her. You understand? She told Boaz to marry her. But listen to what she did. I want you to marry me. And then she exited and gave the hunter in Boaz to do the needful. So he had to go make sure, find out around and see what traditional things he had to do, who he had to meet and all of that, because of the way she went about it, the way she even went into the whole talking, the whole expression process. She didn't just jump in on the guy. She gave the whole thing time. You see, she did not just get into the relationship and immediately, boom, I want you to marry me. If you look at how the whole thing started, how she first went to this guy's farm, that should be about the second chapter in Ruth. I really encourage women to read the book of Ruth, especially those that are trying to get into a relationship. This lady, ah, she knows how to do it. Okay? If you read her story, you get any man you want. Trust me. Just read it and meditate on those words. Yeah? Let them sink in your heart. You get the moral of the story, you get the lesson in it. You get the guy. Okay? So read the book of Ruth and see how she did it. Don't be afraid, you will not be seen as cheap and desperate. You wait for the whole friendship thing to be warm. If you establish a connection, and what do I mean by establishing a connection? You have to give room for both of you, for some kind of friendship to move up. Don't just jump in on somebody and be like, I like you. No, you don't want that. Okay. If someone were to say that to you, probably like, hey, slow down, you know. So you don't want to do that to another person. So give room for the whole thing to blossom. And then, when you can sense that this other person is beginning to feel what you feel, then you verbalize it. And once you do it, you slow down. You can't turn on the green light and be the same person driving the car across. So you slow down. And then let this person chase you. Give the hunter in the hunter in that guy a chance to get to work. Understand? By doing that, you are not appearing cheap. Okay, all you've done is initiate the course of it. You've thrown the ball at him. Okay, you've shown this person that, oh, there's room here for you. Yeah, we can give each other a try. Take it from me. It's not being desperate, it's not being cheap. Just know how to do it. And I'm sending you to the book of Ruth. She did it amazingly well. Go learn what she did, put it to practice. Now let's go to that person who is having attitude issues and who is unconsciously chasing everybody away, with her ways. What you want to do is revisit your life. Don't be looking for a man when you've not started here. Fix it. So that your aura can be attractive, It should not be repelling, because once you're already having that attitude issue, your aura is repelling. It's not attractive. You want your aura to attract and it will be attracting what you desire, that energy that it is emitting. So revisit that side of your life and put it back in order. Now, for this person who has been in a relationship and is not heading in any direction, you've overly given yourself. You understand? You've taken on roles that were not yours to take. So you want to revisit your whole relationship status and ask yourself where you stopped. One, giving to yourself. Number two, where you overfed this guy with yourself, and slow down. Because here's the thing, if you do not reignite that need of you in that person, that ring is not coming. You understand? Yes, and you can be with that guy even up to 10 years and he will still leave you, and marry some other person that successfully creates a need of herself in him. So don't say that you did not know, because now you know. Ask yourself, what am I overdoing? For example, some women move in with a guy and start taking on roles that are not theirs. They will be playing the role of a wife, but they are girlfriends. Sometimes the women have the girlfriend status. Sometimes the girlfriend status is not even complete. You understand? You know, like when you're going somewhere, be introducing you like, meet my friend, meet my friend. Your girlfriend in front of those very close ones that hang come home all the time, but where he's in an environment where he's hoping to, like I say, you never know where you can pick your plum. You can be under a pear tree. So when you're in that kind of environment, they introduce you like, meet my friend. You understand? You don't want that. So revisit and ask yourself, where did I overdo it? Then slow down, reignite it. If you re-strategize, you get that ring even within the twinkle of an eye. Okay? Recreate that need in that person, reignite that thirst for you in that person, which means some of the things you're doing too much of, slow down. And if he backs out because you have slowed down, he was never your own. Now, to the person who is not having because they are not available, that means they're not creating that access point. Here is what you want to do: create room for people to see you. Get out there and mingle. If you're there, Father, give me my husband, Father, give me my husband, you're fasting, you're praying, Father, give me my husband. And then in the Mondays to Fridays, you're at work. Weekends that you should go out and let that husband that has been put somewhere for you to see. You are not going out. You are in the house. They invite you to events and parties. You don't attend events and parties. You're tired. You have one excuse after the other. There are some people who tell you that no, if it's your own is going, you're going to meet. No, don't surrender your life to chance. Create room. We are all busy, but we must make time for mingling, especially when we need something outside. I did take Ruth for this, for example. If Ruth didn't go out to a farm, she would never have met Boaz. If she had stayed only in the house with her mother-in-law, hoping that a man is going to see her one day and come, it would never have happened. Or even if it happened eventually, it would have taken way too much time than she had to spare. You understand? Yeah. You want to create that access point. Don't be praying, Father, give me a man, Father, give me a man. You'll be like, Father, give me a man, Father, give me a man. That prayer had long been answered. You should know what you want, go for it. And let God bless your efforts. Don't just sit there like that and be waiting and waiting and waiting. You could wait until you're grateful. Okay. And then the person who is stuck, like you're wanting a different person, you want James, but you're stuck with John. What you want to do is ask yourself what you're doing with John. Like honestly, what's up? What's your fear? And why? Why is there that fear? What is going on? Find it and fix it. If you don't first of all fix that fear, it will be hard for you to see James. And even if you see James, you'll be unable to keep James because you will still be hanging with John, and the ties you're having with John will still be you will be unable to break loose from them. So first of all, understand why you're feeling tied to John, why you're feeling stuck to that person, and then release yourself from it so that you can see James and be able to focus on James. Now, let's look at the person who doesn't even know what they want. Truth be told, it is hard to help you because You can only help someone who knows what they want. If you don't know what you want to go start there and ask yourself what you really need. Do you even need a relationship? Do you need a man? And if you do, what do you need them for? What do you want out of it? Then ask yourself what I have that can be of need to this other person, to the people that I desire. Okay, that will be all. And I wish you the best. Make sure you invite us when things start going well. Huh? Take good care of you. Stay blessed. Bye.